there's nobody here yet, but I also understand that this is going to be posted. So anyways, today let's do practicing again. So what is my daily practice? Basically with my own designed practice tool. Okay, what does it do? Basically, it's very narrow. Okay, you can see it here. This is the medium size. You have a smaller one, and then you have also the bigger one. So when I start, I usually start with a bigger one where I need to put a ball through the ring without touching it. Now you saw it that I touched the ring here, so that in itself is not too bad, but you know, as long as I don't touch it at all, and let's say I make all these 5 balls in a row, then I can move on to something like a draw shot or a basically I can put, let's say I can also do uh, a slow forward where I just need to go through, but you saw that I still hit the side of it, right? So for me personally, when I just start practicing, you know, I go through these really fast and practice for about an hour, which is why I'm doing the live show right now. So right now I'm going to do all the stop shots, 5 balls in a row through the little ring here. That it's very narrow, like I said, without touching the without touching basically the ring in itself. If I do, I have to repeat over and over till I'm not satisfied my for myself, because um, sometimes it does not matter how long you're practicing or your aim, you know, sometimes you just don't want to. So I made 3 balls, no, 4 balls right now. By the way, thank you for coming in, everyone. Like I said, I literally just started. There's gonna be probably hundreds of people, so do stay here, do like if you don't mind. So I'm practicing but also showcasing this uh, pool, or I'm calling it precision aiming tool, right? um, that I built. So like I said, for anyone that, even I would say even for the beginner, you know, I mean, for the beginner in itself, they, you know, you can just remove this, right? And then you have this whole big, you know, pocket, and then, you know, you can start with that, right? And then just make it through, which is fine, right? uh, and then, you know, you get one of these and then you just, you know, put it here. um, and then let's say you're just practicing with the cue ball in itself, for not, you know, just with the cue ball, right? But then when you want to advance, right, when you want to advance, by the way, thank you everyone. Hi everyone, hi those sports guys, hi. Thanks for the like, or if you don't mind clicking on the like button, that would, I would truly appreciate it, right? I'm just explaining like how this tool works, or how I am actually practicing every single day. And like I said, my precision in itself, you know, it's much better, like crazy better. Hi Silver. So what I do, I line this up, right, with the pocket in itself. And then let's say we're gonna do a stop shot. What is a stop shot? Stop shot is basically half a tip below the center of the cue ball, okay? Now, was this good? No, obviously. It was good for, you know, someone that just maybe started. But you notice that I, you know, did not go through the ring without touching it. So, uh, what does that mean? Well, there's something that I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's something called pre-stroke, right? What is a pre-stroke? 1, 2, 3. Some people do it one time. Some people actually, they just do it like this, okay? They just wait, and then they align everything the way they're supposed to. without obviously touching the cue ball, and they go back and forth. Okay, so everyone has its own type of comfortable pre-stroke. For me personally, the way I got taught, and you know, basically I do it at least 2 times and then 3. Hi, said. So what I'm doing here, I'm going to do a stop shot, right? 1, 2, 3, and you saw it. I didn't do it the right way. So, but anyways, that's just for the show. My point, what I'm trying to do is, I don't know why I'm keep on getting the the ball out of it when I have 4 balls here left. So what I do, all right, let's do this the right way. And then what you can do with this too is something called follow. Okay, so what is a follow? Follow is when you hit the cue ball at the top. And my goal here, for example, right now, is to have a cue ball stay right here somewhere on this ring while I make this ball through the ring. Okay, so which is what I'm called precision ring. Okay, all right, was this good? Made a ball, but look at this distance. That's not good, right? So what does that mean? My cue ball control, speed, and everything was off while I made it through the pocket. I mean, through the ring in itself, right? So that's fine. So now now we know the speed of that, okay? Now you see I'm getting closer, right? So everything with the cue ball control, everything is a speed, right? For example, you notice that the cue ball went straight. Or what if I want to, even though if this is a straight shot, right? What if I want the cue ball to go that way? Okay, well, you do a top right or top left. Well, in this case, I'm gonna do uh, top left, but I need to offset on here on the right side, okay? Because that top right is going to hit this ball. Basically, it's going to, try to move it to the right side. Yeah, to the right side. So, and my cue ball should go past this at least. Okay. You saw that? You went through that. So it doesn't matter. People say, well, what? How can you, if it's literally a straight line, how can a cue ball, when it hits here, goes that way? Well, like I said, you do a top right. I mean, in this case, top left. Sorry, on your side, right? But when I'm hitting, so if I would do straight right here, um, and then here as well, straight, obviously the ball would go straight, right? But because I'm doing the top left, I need to hit this ball, okay, a little bit to the right side, okay. That way, when this top right or top left hits this ball is gonna start going more towards this side, and this ball goes towards that one. What is that called in a pool community? Well, in this case, I could call it cheating the pocket. Hi. So, if you guys have any questions about literally about pool, or you want to learn something, I don't know. Last time someone asked me about, hey, so how do you do like stop shot, or how do you do a draw shot, or one of the people asked me, so how do you hold the cue correctly, right? And I don't know. I had like really a lot of questions, right? Which is what I love. So if you guys have any questions, please do ask. Okay. I love to make these live just because I love to help people while I'm practicing and talking. And thank you for the likes. I appreciate. Listen, for all of you 60 that are in here right now, please do hit the I don't know, a thumbs up or whatnot. It helps me, just because it helps also other people. Now that was really good, actually, not too bad. Um, it helps other people to find me, to explain everything about the pool. So, and if you guys are interested, in these. So like I said, there's 3 different sizes. There's also like a smaller one, like really small. This is like really small diameter. You can barely go through. And obviously, if I do that one, I have to be extremely careful with my backstroke and also everything else. So like if I put this up here, okay, am I gonna, let me just adjust this just a little bit. It has to be really perfectly aligned because the diameter is very small. Okay. So hi everyone. Again, thank you for watching. Do ask me questions. We can do some trick shots. It doesn't matter, okay? We can do any of the trick shots. One thing I do love to show the people is, let's say this part right here, okay? I'll try actually from here. Let me see. Yeah. All right. So this here is not really a trick shot, but anyone that knows how to play pool or anything like that, they know that if I hit this ball right here, okay, the 4 ball, it will actually go reverse and into the pocket or try to actually go into that. How do I know that this happens? Well, because when you're hitting this ball like literally straight here, and if you look from here, from this line, okay, it go this line, well, let me correct it this way. Okay, this line, just a second, this line goes straight here, okay? So let's do this. Let's try it, okay? This is not a cut shot, okay? Cutting it would be hitting it right here. So I'm hitting this 4 ball right into the middle, okay? Let's try that. See, now you know how. So basically what I'm talking about, the line, okay? This is the line, right? So this one goes that way, this one obviously goes that way. So if I'm hitting, let's say from this side, let's say I'm from here, okay? So the line right now is towards that pocket right there, right? You can actually, this is a good angle actually for you guys to see, right? So if this line goes that way, that means that if I hit this 8 ball right into here, okay, let me just, they do need to kind of stick together in order for this to be executed. So I need to hit this ball right here. So in the middle, okay, middle of this line, that's what the whole part of it is, okay? Not here, well, here could work too, but here would be perfect. So let's try to make the 8 ball that way. Close, not bad, right? So now you know how that line actually helps you when you are stuck with something like that, okay? Again, this product that I built is extremely, when I went to do this, I went with like the highest um, grade of uh, not plastic, but it's basically called PETG. It's the hardest one. It also does the temperature like up to, I forgot, basically high. So you can leave it in the car. It's not gonna melt like other things. And anyways, it helps really good with practicing. So so do you guys have any questions? And by the way, again, thank you all 80 of you that are watching. So I'm just, like I said, practicing a little bit. And I do this like about an hour. So, and if you guys, like I said, have any questions about pool, I do speak also multiple languages. I speak 7 languages. So if you guys want to ask me some other question in another language, I'll try to. So I speak mostly Slavic languages. I also speak German, a little bit of Spanish, Portuguese actually. So I can actually answer some of those questions maybe in a different language if you want. Um, Obviously, I do speak English just fine. But yeah. Hi everyone. Hi, and thank you for coming. I don't know what that number 1 and 2 means, but I'm assuming someone hit that like button. So um, thank you again for the likes and what's it called, the thumbs ups. Uh, other people will find. So let's do a draw shot. Okay, what is a draw shot? Well, a draw shot is something that where the cue ball, when it hits here, it comes back, okay? Why is that sometimes necessary? Well, let's say I want to hit this ball and then come back here, okay? And that way I can pocket this ball into the side pocket that you don't see on a screen, but with the tool in itself makes it a whole lot harder because it forces you that you have a perfect aim, okay? Because let's say I don't have a perfect aim, this is how it would look like, okay? A perfect aim on a draw shot means that I hit the 4 ball and then the cue ball goes kind of like this way, okay? Not this way, but this way. What does that mean? Is that when I hit the cue ball, okay, I hit it basically bottom left or bottom right. So what? And then this ball actually is gonna go to the right side or to the left side, depending on which spin I'm using, right? So here's like a kind of like a fake one, okay, like bottom. But look where the cue ball went, okay. Hi everyone, um, welcome to my YouTube live channel explaining everything that you should know or want to know when you ask questions, okay? There was really good discussions last time about also pool players and things like that. 122 of you do hit the like button. At least if 10 of you, that would be perfect. So how do I now? Well, what I was talking about before. I want this cue ball to come back perfectly to around here or even here, doesn't matter. So that means that my draw shot would be aligned where I'm hitting the cue ball basically straight into the below center, about a tip below center, okay? Okay, so now I have a shot for the uh, side pocket, right? So that was a really good draw shot. And let me show you the best way to learn about draw shots is you take the stripe ball and you see this line right here. This is where you could practice the best way to practice draw shots, okay? So you take a stripe ball, okay, and then you hit that line right here below, okay. For me, usually right now at these points, it actually confuses me because of my tip. But this will also tell you how you hit the ball. So if the ball is kind of like going backward this way or that way, that you know that when you hit right here, you hit actually on a side, not in the middle or the center of it. Okay. So um, what is a follow? Well, like I said, on a cue ball, there's multiple. So you have a top right, left, bottom right, center, bottom, and then all around. Every single one of those does totally different things to the cue ball. So the cue ball control for that is where when you get a little bit more into advance, where you play in, well, it doesn't need to be professional, but when you get to a more advanced pool playing, this helps you a lot. Let's say, I'm going to, this is a straight line, right? Right here, straight line, right? But I want my cue ball to, let's say this ball is over there, somewhere like right there. I don't know. Um, just for the mimic, right? I want my cue ball to go this way, okay? That way I have a shot on this ball, okay? So how do I do that? I'm gonna do a top right, okay, onto the onto it, and then get the really good position for the next ball. So that's what the cue ball control does, okay? Like I said before, if you do a stop shot or back, those are little things that when people are watching professionals, or not even professional, but good pool players, okay? And by the way, multiple professionals are using this now. I can't name them just because I don't want to. But hi everyone. So, another thing, like, what I said, like, a good pool players, they always, as you watch, let's say on a TV, and they run a whole table, and you're like, how the hell do they do this? Like, how do they do all of this, like, so easy, right? Well, it's because of that cue ball control that I was telling you about, right? I don't know. Let's say I'm going to put this ball right here. Okay, try to make it through the ring, but now it's not straight anymore, right? So now I'm cutting it. Let me see if I have enough space for. I do. Okay. Now the cue ball control here. What I actually want perfectly to happen is this: is I want to hit the ball, go through the ring, right? And then when it hits that rail, I want the cue ball to come back, not like this or that way, okay? I want the cue ball to kind of like come back this way, okay? So how do I achieve that? Basically top right, or actually just a right spin, but I have to be sure how to hit this ball, okay? So let's do this. Okay, you see how, well, it wasn't a perfect shot, but I made the ball. But you see where the cue ball is? Okay, let me show you what's gonna happen when I do a different angle, okay, on a cue ball. So, the same position, right, or similar, well, kind of, let's do it this way, just because. You saw the cue ball went, let me just make, probably this wasn't straight, that's why I touched it. I want the cue ball this time to go that way, okay? So that would be a top right, top left in my case. Okay, you see where it went, right? So that's how, when, when you see someone run a table, what is run a table? Basically, it doesn't matter where the balls are pretty much, and they don't have like a lot of tough um, what's it called, or like problems with some of, let's say this would be a problem right here, right, so let's say this is a problem, right? Let's say someone is running a table, but they have this, right? So how do they do it? Okay, well, if they just have a slight angle, okay, not straight, but like a slight angle, right, they just do something like this. Okay, now I decoupled those, okay? If I hit it even harder, it would be, even better. Now I can play a safety where I hide the ball behind it and stuff like that. So pool is all about being strategic and a good player. But like I said, this tool, it is in my shop, or it's in my store, whatever you want to call it. Tap, top, thank you. Yeah, tap, I don't know, guys. 140 something of you, do click on those likes. I would truly appreciate it. Hi, Lainey. Hi, Jose. Um, hi, everyone. So, do, uh, let me, what should we do next? Do you guys have any questions? What should we do next? Like, what do you guys want to learn? Okay, this wasn't. Sometimes it just, when I am, talking, I just don't look at it. And then, of course, I don't do it the right way. Okay, so we have one ball through. Bottom stun. So, like us, where's my other, let me find the ball. Just a second. Just a second, people. I have somewhere my actual So we have this ball too. I like to play with this one. This one is, just for when I am not when I'm practicing. So stun, right? If this is the middle, okay. So the stun is just one tip below, so it's somewhere around here, okay. That's all stun shots, okay, or basically stop shots. It looks something like this. Okay, just I need to align it again. I'm gonna do the stun. Okay, you saw the ball did not go forward, did not go back, left or right. Okay, and that's how you do stop shots, right? What else can we cover today, huh? Like, I don't know, like, I love to run tables. It's not, running a table is actually not always possible. So sometimes you have to, do sometimes like safeties. I personally, I can't say it here how they call me, but I get extremely lucky. Okay, thank you for the likes. I get really, really lucky. Like I don't know how, I don't know why. Even when I like miss most of my friends, they do. I mean, obviously we play pool every single day for hours and hours, but they get really mad because even if I miss a shot on let's say it doesn't matter this one, I somehow get lucky by giving them nothing to play. Okay, so they are really. I mean, maybe they're actually here. Um, so what I wanted to say also, yeah, few of the pros right now are using this, and I hope it's going to extend everywhere in a pool community where everyone has some of this because um, I have no idea how this did not come to me, let's say 5 years ago. Why? Because I would love it. I really like would love to have it. Um, I mean, there's different things. Like I bought about a year or two ago. I bought a very high brand. What's it called? Very high brand um, practicing tool. Okay, but you know what it was? It was literally just two pieces of paper, left and right English. What do you mean you're struggling with Hikemore, first of all? And thank you. Please do hit the thumbs up and likes. I don't know how you do it. You maybe double tap. I don't know how you do that. But um, with the left and right English, that deflection. Okay, got it. So um, just a second, something dropped. Just so I don't step on it. Um, so how does it? That one thing is a little bit. It's low. Those are the things that you should. Um, it has to come from the mind first, in my opinion, and then onto the ball, and then onto the target ball, right? So let's say I'm doing what you need. I'm going to demonstrate it to you. Oh, not even with this one, with this ball, okay? You should maybe practice with the stripe balls are really good for everything. Um, Top here, this is going to teach you the jump shots. So if you hit it right here on a 45 degrees like this, it's gonna jump over, okay? Bottom is for the draw shots. But if you take this ball, right, and set it up like this, okay? If you're hitting it straight, okay, and hit this ball straight, like straight, obviously go straight, right? If I hit this on the left side, okay, and hit this ball straight, let me show you what's going to happen, okay? So I'm going to hit this ball on the left side. I'm sorry, on the right side, but you will see what happens to the 8 ball, okay? So that's something with the deflection, right? But watch this ball, okay? Not the 8 ball, but watch this ball, okay? So I'm going to hit this ball straight up, straight, straight, straight. and very slow. The slow you do, the more deflection there is. The faster, the less there is. And obviously comes from the Q2. So, okay, I'm trying to make it as straight as possible just so you guys can see. Okay, so now this is the left and straight. Okay, I put a little bit of a forward, I believe. This is the reason why you have this. Okay, but I set this up just enough for the 8 ball to go straight, right? Um, because when I hit this ball, and I hit it straight, that means that this ball should, it traveled just a little bit to, it went through this and then a little bit to the left, okay? So anytime you're hitting something on this side, the opposite goes to that side. So if I hit now on the left side and hit this one straight, naturally it wants to go to the right side. So here's pure right. But you see, it went this way. Okay. Hopefully that kind of, where does that, yeah, it, at the very beginning when, when I started making just pocketing the balls, that was all fine and dandy, right? But once I introduced the top spin and, left and right, that's where it got confused to me because, like, for example, like I said, take the stripe ball. It's the best practice that you can actually think. Um, I always forget, okay, so what if I do the right spin, but hit this ball right here? Okay, what is it going to happen? Well, because of this right here, okay, right here, this spin, and when it hits this one, it's gonna go this way. You see that? So it's going the opposite, meaning it's gonna go that way, right? So that's how is the best way to learn. Like this isn't straight, but I'm going to hit this ball on the left side, and the 6 ball, it's gonna hopefully go through the ring. But if nothing, it's gonna hit it right here, okay? That's how much deflection there it will be, okay? You see that? It went this way. So thank you all for staying, and please do, like I said, like and everything. I don't know. Help me out with finding more people that want to learn about the pool and everything, okay? I don't know. For me, pool or billiards, I don't know where you guys, how you say it. For me personally, it's really relaxing. Number one, game. Number two is you really find. Hi from Florida. How hot is it over there? um, because here on the East Coast or Northeast Coast is snowing. So what is pool for me too is number one. I always have, like in a team, for example, I'm playing in different teams or different leagues, right? Pro, semi-pro, and amateur, right? So, like in different leagues, there's always gonna be 8 people, right? Or five, at least 5 players, right? So I have always 5 friends every single day, and we are doing exactly the same thing. It's similar with bowling, You have, I believe it's similar. So stop shot right here. Did I do it right? No. um, I do this on purpose, guys, just so you guys kind of like uh, think about like why did I miss that and why didn't I do it the right way. Um, anyways, we'll be 82 today. Ooh, nice. So you still playing pool because it's really good for, I don't know, moving your top body, and well, you see me walking over there too, right? So, guys, thank you all for the likes and double taps and thumbs ups. I have no idea if you can do that while you're here. Um, let's do let's do a challenge here for myself. Okay, I did this previously too. I have to line this up. Okay, like I said, this here is on my YouTube channel. If you guys want to, I don't make think I make like 50 cents, maybe a dollar, even if that much. The reason why I'm saying that is just because I don't build stuff for like, to make money. I really, really love to share the knowledge about pool that I learned because I struggled myself for years, finding and fine tuning and everything. Now I just love it. I'm an engineer by other profession. So, all right. So, what do I need to do here? Well, I have to be extremely precise. Um, how does that work? Well, I have to hit this cue ball dead center. Okay, right into center. This one, and to go through the pocket. Okay. So let's do that. Am I gonna make it without touching the ring? I don't know. We'll find out. One, two, three. Hey, I made it. Now I could make more and more. It's more fun. By the way, thank you guys all for watching. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. Um, what would I consider for something to be extreme advanced with this tool that I actually find myself extremely challenging is this, okay? So, um, it's the bank shots or the kick shots, okay? So this ring right now, it's pointing, let me see. Yep, it is. This ring right now, it's pointing towards the side pocket that you don't see unfortunately on the screen. However, that actually it's out of the, it doesn't even matter if it does or not. Okay, so what do I need to do? I have to perfect, how does the cue ball, when you're doing a banking and you want to, let's say the ball is right here, but you want to hit it straight dead on, okay, to kick it, okay? Well, how does it work? Well, the easiest way to calculate is the distance between the cue ball and that ball, okay? So the distance in itself, you split in half, okay? So this would be somewhere, I would say it's right here. Yeah, something like that. Let me see. Nah, I think it's more like right here. All right. So now if I hit towards here, this basically it's pat in and pat out, okay? Well, let's see if my calculation just by looking at it was right. No, I kind of suspected that because me naturally, I don't even look at it. I kind of suspected that that's what's gonna happen. So let me just fix this. Okay. All right. Is it in the same position? Not really. So if I really want to hit that ball the way it's supposed to, me personally, I know my rails and everything. I need to hit it right here in order to execute that. See, that's so what I'm trying to say, even when you are doing the pat in and pat out, um, that so now if you remove this, right, and you want to challenge yourself to have a perfect banking, perfect. Like I mean, when I was with the pro, they had hard time. It's just because it has to be like perfect, right? It has to go perfectly through the ring in order to bank it. Okay, so um, what do you guys think about that? So, banking again. Let's try it again. There you go. Made it perfect. It's extremely hard. I'm not joking, right? Like that's like super, super hard to do it. Um, Thank you for the likes. Wow, 15 of them already. I don't know if that's a lot or not, but I appreciate every single thumbs up and likes that you guys are doing. Appreciate it. Um, do tell me what, if you are in the pool community, what leagues do you play? If you want to share your rank, that's okay. Don't be ashamed of any rank because even I started in APA as a 3, um, and then I left the APA I played for the BCA. I played for I played for APL, and I played for UPA, which is a professional league or semi-professional. It depends on your rank, right? So the higher your number is, uh, you would be considered a pro, obviously. So let's go through this again. All right, I'm gonna make 5 balls through this ring, and I'll really try not to touch, but focus. Nope, doesn't work. I have no idea. Maybe I need coffee. I have no idea. But you know what I did notice? I have these superstitions, okay? I'm not joking. And maybe for you, like, I don't know if any of you are, like a really pool playing that play every single day and practice, but you have some of those days that are just off. But me personally, I know that every single time I go to the gym and I do the upper body, like biceps and triceps, I'll tell you what. After 2 years now, after 2 3 hours, I'm doing something like this, like way off. um, so um, like I'm really really bad, and I don't know. It's just because the muscles are tense, and my brain is telling me you need to hit this ball this way, but then my body says nope, sorry, can't do. All right, there. Now I did it really really hard. So let's do. Um, could this fly out? I don't know. There. I'm just joking around a little bit. So, um, what else can we do? Well, like I said, I usually practice uh, when I do, even when I go somewhere. Now I also take my ring with me, obviously, precision ring. So what I do something like this, okay, where I would set, let's say, and you will see a lot of professionals do this too. Watch any of the videos, and when they miss, when I played with the professionals too, let's say something like this. Let's just move this whole thing away, okay? Um, they are not in a game, but they're just practicing, and they do something like this. Okay. Well, what are they gonna do? They're going to basically repeat exactly the same thing, okay? And at least 5 times, okay? At least 5 times. They're gonna repeat this shot every single time, and it doesn't matter whether they hit this like so hard, um, or not. Reason why they're going to do this is just because of the memory. Uh, right? The memory of that particular spot, and also what they're learning, okay, is this. See, I did this on purpose where I overcut it instead of undercut it. So what does that tell you is basically that you need to learn how also these cushions react, where do you hit the cue ball, and all of that. Let's say, I want my cue ball to go instead. Let me show you actually. So the cue ball now is going to go this way, come back here, right? This is done with the bottom right, okay? You see, it's coming this way, right? Now, the cue ball control, if you really want to make some good cue ball control, right? Now, I want the cue ball to go this way. How do I achieve that? Well, it can be done with two things, right? It's with the top left or just pure left. So, but you have to also make sure where to hit this ball because of that spin, there's going to be a throw, or actually, like someone said before, deflection, right? So, watch this. I'm just going to do a top left slowly. You see where the ball went? All the way here. Okay. So, That's what the cue ball control is for. Let's say, where would you use something like that? Well, let me show you. The 8 ball is right here, okay? And obviously, if you do something like this, okay, you are blocked and everything, right? That's obviously number one. Number two, let me repeat this whole thing. Number two is if you hit really, really slow, okay, you make the ball. Now you have this really, like, you have to really cut it. And even, let's say, I talked this about in one video, is when the ball, okay, is right here in the half of the diamond from the pocket, most likely if you put any of the little bit of a left English, right, or right English, you are going to scratch. I'm not joking. You will definitely scratch. So what would I do in this case? Like I said, the cue ball control is everything. Let me just, I need to chalk. So what I would do, for me perfectly, well, it was kind of like harder like that. For me perfectly, it would be that the cue ball is right there, right? So I'm just doing the top left really slow, okay? And now the cue ball is right there where I have a really easy shot on that ball, on the 8 ball. So do ask me any questions, like I said, about the cue ball control, or how would you play this or that. I love explaining everything. I don't know, I haven't seen any comments. Can you guys even comment something for all of you that are in here? I don't know if you have like a chat feature that I disabled it. I have no idea how it works. But for all 200 plus of you, please um, do say something just so I know exactly that it works. um, Hi. So manual high. So this tool that I built, like I said, I am not making a whole lot of profit. Um, it's just my time is basically paid 50 cents, maybe. um, because the shipping, for me to ship anywhere in US, is like between $7 and $8. It depends, right? To print this is dollar something, and label and all of the things. But like I said, I just want this to be out there everywhere. Okay, now this was a draw shot. Okay, let's do a stop shot. Just a second, let me align this. I'm gonna do a stop shot. I nicked it a little bit. Hi everyone. So, different things, different outcomes, right? So, you can use this tool also for your extreme cue ball control. If you're someone like really good pool player, I don't know what to me is a good pool player. I don't know, just someone that makes really that they know about cue ball control, right? It's not just about pocketing or running a table. Okay, you saw before. I actually just I want to use a cue ball or this ball, right? I'm going to use this ball and then I'm going to introduce a top left spin, okay, really slow, and try to make it through this ring, or at least actually go towards it or knock it off. That means that my cue ball control was perfect because I could play it like this. Okay, let me show you. Okay, and it didn't do anything, right? Like, that's not where I wanted it to be, right? So I wanted my cue ball to hit this or at least go through the ring by doing this. See, now this, what you just saw, it's extreme precision. Like, and when I'm saying extreme precision, I'm talking about this. This is a medium one, okay? So see, like it's really small. What if I put this guy? Let's try this guy. It has barely 1 millimeter distance, okay? And I'll do the same thing. Okay, that's something where you want to be extremely precise. Let's see if we can do this. A little bit of more left. All right, let's see the question. Come on. So when you shoot those angle shot with the left and right English, are you still aiming for the same spot on the object ball that you would if you were aiming with no English? No. Very, very good question. That's no, I don't. Because, so let me show you this first. I'm going to do a top left, okay? And I kind of made it, okay? But like I said, this is 1 millimeter distance, okay? This is like basically going through this. All right, so let me show you from this angle. Let me see. I believe this angle would be the best angle for you guys to see. When, and I'm going to take the other cue ball. Let me see it this way, okay? Okay, would this be good? Yeah, all right. So, when it depends, okay? Let me tell you this way. It really depends where I want this ball to go. That's number one, okay? And number two is where I want the cue ball to go, okay? But in this case, I'm going to explain a simple one, okay? I want to bank this ball. Let's say it's a little bit like straight like this, okay? This is pretty much straight, but I don't want my cue ball to go like this way, like you know, this way. I want it to go that way, okay? So, but if I do that, when I'm doing a left English, okay, this ball naturally, well, I'm sorry, when I'm doing the right English, okay, the right English here is going to introduce this spin, okay? So when it hits this, like when it hits this cue, it comes back this way. So because this one is like very straight, so if I do a left English, right, which is like spinning this way, okay, this ball, okay, it's gonna go this way. I'm sorry, no, the opposite way. I was just, so this way and that way. So when it hits, see how it wants to go that way? Okay. When I'm hitting this ball straight, that's exactly what's going to happen. You can watch the 15 ball. Watch the 15 ball, okay? How it's going to... the reason why I picked the stripe is because you will see that deflection, okay? So watch. You see how it was like rolling to that one and went all the way there. So now I do the same thing, but I'm hitting it straight, like literally straight into the ball. Okay. So now I'm going to do the opposite. Okay. So now I'm doing the right English. See how it was like going like, I don't know if you noticed it, but when I hit the ball, it was going like this. But before, when it was going kind of like that. So that's where you have to compensate, right? It all depends. So if I want this ball, let's say I'm doing the left English on the cue ball, okay, and I am shooting towards that pocket. Normally, the ghost ball, normally the ghost ball will be this way, okay? This is your ghost ball. If I hit this straight here, okay, let me just do it. Okay, if I do this, okay, I'm gonna make that. That's my ghost ball, okay? Now, if I am doing the ghost ball like this, okay, but when I'm doing a left English, okay, in this case, left English, okay, I need to compensate that onto the object ball. So not a whole lot, okay? So if you move about a tip away, okay, I need to hit this ball somewhere about right here, okay? So it's not anymore this way, it's more here, okay? So because what happens is this: when you're hitting this ball like right here, okay, this ball is going the opposite side and it wants to go basically a different direction, right? But because I'm doing this, right, the left English, this ball wants to, I'm going to hit it right here. So with the left English, okay, I'm going to hit. See, when I hit this ball too slow, I was trying to actually show you how it actually. When you hit the ball too slow, it has that throw, okay. But if I do it really hard, okay, it does that. It throws it even more. Let me just come on. So, like I said, left English pulls the ball that way, right English pulls the ball that way. So here's a perfect example. Okay. Hopefully that explains a little bit to you when you are doing a left or right English onto the object ball. The best way, practice with the stripe and do it. You know, I don't know. Take a camera out. That's probably the best way to kind of practice. Take the camera out, and you will notice what's going to happen with the ball in itself. This one, I believe, yeah, this is the medium one. Okay. Um, let's do a draw shot. Now I'm going to do a draw shot with the bottom right. Okay, so when I'm doing bottom right, I need to hit this ball a little bit more. So not dead center, okay, but a little bit more here, okay, because that one is going to, well, I'm sorry, this way. So let me do this. Watch this. See, it went that way. It didn't go straight. It went that way. Hopefully that everything explains. What other questions do you guys have? Please do ask me. I'm going hi. Hi everyone. Thanks for watching and appreciate it. You know, we're going up and down, and do hit the like button if you don't mind. Appreciate you all for watching. And for those that celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas to you. Hopefully everything is well and you get thousands and thousands of gifts. But anyways, so I'm going to try to hit a cue ball all the way on the top, okay, and roll this ball and that ball and make both of them go into the pocket. And you probably, a lot of you do this. I mean, not a lot of you, but I've seen a lot of people do this where they overdo it and then they scratch. Do you do that? And that's the only reason why that happens is number one is the speed, and number two, is because when you were hitting the cue ball, okay, let's pretend this is a cue ball and this is a center, okay, you were hitting it right here, okay, right above here, or even worse, which would be right here, okay. So this is a center, you hit it right there. So like here, I'll just demonstrate that. So I'm going to demonstrate this by, let me see, is this kind of doesn't, I don't know, with this stripe ball I always find myself harder to align this. But so watch, I'm not going to do any pre-strokes, okay. Look where my tip of the cue is, okay. Okay, it's right above here, okay. So if I do here, see how the ball rolls, okay. And even if you do something like straight, which is, let me demonstrate that too. It all depends on a power, okay? So let me fix this real quick like that. So here's straight, but with the power. I didn't do it straight because the ball would never stay there. I probably hit it a little bit low. Here. Here's straight, but with the power. See how it went forward? Okay. It all depends on the power in itself. How do you pocket two balls in the same pocket at the same time? Well, let's go into that. Okay, I'll do it. I need a few more likes or thumbs ups. Okay, you have this, right? You are in this situation where opponent blocked the pocket, right? Opponent blocked the pocket, and what do you do in this case? So I'll just do it straight just for the demonstration. So what do you do in this case? Well, if you hit it too hard, let's try doing that. Okay. You kind of end up with that, right? You pocketed the opponent's ball. Now it's their turn, right? And that's pretty much that. Then you have people that do something like this, and it sometimes could work, where you're putting a top English onto the cue ball and do it slow, and then you make all three of them. How do you correct any of those? Well, let me explain. Well, at least try to, because sometimes it's, you know, even if you hit the ball really, like, you know, you hit the ball a little bit wrong and it's not gonna do it. So onto the cue ball, okay? I think those are a little bit too number one, what you can do is, if you want the cue ball to stop, you basically do a little bit less. It's everything about this power, okay? So when you are hitting this ball and you're hitting the cue ball, there's a line right here. This is the center. When you're hitting it a little bit below, okay, what happens with the cue ball? Naturally, okay, depending on the speed, naturally, the cue ball, where's the strike ball? See, I need those strike balls. Naturally, if you hit the cue ball below center, right, it's gonna go forward, but start spinning backwards, right, like this. But if you're hitting this ball or cue ball with a little bit of a less of a speed, it will go forward. So it will look something like this. Okay, watch this ball. Okay, so you're gonna see going backwards and then forward. Okay, that's how you are. That's how you can make this ball. Or actually two balls at the same time. Well, your ball, right? So let's say we're on the stripes. So always when you are in this situation, you can do a slow bottom, okay, or a little bit more, okay, like let's say something like this. I didn't take it, but it went a little bit forward. Basically what I was trying to do is cue ball goes backwards. Once it hits that ball, it pushes it forward. Hi everyone. So just explaining some of the little things that when you see professionals play, what happens actually, and why are they good? Because they know all of these tricks, right? So it's not like they have a super, I mean, obviously they do have a super precisions, just like I'm doing it here, right, with my little gadget. So anyways, I didn't do it right. I just didn't, because now, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I don't know if you guys saw it, but I did a little bit of a bottom left, and that's what happens when you don't do pre-strokes. So let's do 5 balls in a row again. Can I do it 5 balls in a row? 1, 2, 3 with the back. 4. I need one more ball for my perfect 4 ball. 4 ball, I just hate this ball. I don't know why. When I play 9 ball, 4 ball is my enemy. I always skip it. I just hate it. I don't know why. But hey, I made it 5 balls in a row. So, any of you played pool lately, or no? Or just what are you guys doing? Do you guys play pool? 8 ball, 9 ball, 10 ball? Please do let me know what's your favorite game. I like 9 ball. Depending on the rules, I don't necessarily like 9 ball where 9 ball is a win, especially if I'm playing a low rank player. Here's why. Okay, and it happens to me also in 10 ball and 9 ball. Okay, you're playing the lower rank person. Okay, and you run almost 90% of the table. What does that mean? Well, let's say something like this. Pretend that this is a 9 ball. Okay, and there's no other balls anymore. I'm trying to cut it, and I don't know. I just do this. Okay, well, now the person that I cleaned all the balls for, right? All they have to do is pocket the 9 ball, and then they get the win. That's the only thing that I kind of like, dislike about it, just because I like the points system in a 9 ball better than just 10 ball or 9 ball is a win. But overall, the games, I think those are really good for everything. 8 ball, 9 ball, and 10 ball. Well, 8 ball and 9 ball, they're teaching you 2 different things. 8 ball is obviously, you have a set of 7 balls of your own that you need to decouple or make him and this and that, right? Where in 9 ball, you're trying to chase from 1 to 9, right? But for example, when you're breaking, let's bring this 1 ball here. When you're breaking, right, you're not always going to see the 1 ball. Okay, it's gonna be, let's say you're breaking it, and you're kind of like stuck like this, right? Like I can't see it, I can't touch it, and then I have to think something like what, like this, okay, and make it hard for the opponent, right? That's one thing that I really enjoy playing the 9 ball, is just because it teaches you a lot about, if you are really bad at safeties, like if you're really bad at safeties, play 9 ball. Your safeties are gonna be amazing. And your rails, like two rails and 3 rail, even 4, will become better. Your banking is going to become better. So if you're playing 8 ball and you want to get better even at the 8 ball, play 9 ball, like at home, Paul, like it doesn't matter, right? Play that, and you will see if you incorporate both of those, it's really good. Here on the northeast side of it, we have a game called roundy. What is a roundy? It's it kind of like straight pool, or not 1 pocket, but straight pool. But so you have set of, you basically have all the balls, right? the one ball is your 8 ball basically. And so what happens is, let's say this pocket, when you break, this is number 1, 2, and then going around, it's, you know, and then the 6, the side pocket right here is your 6, right? And both of the players, when you break, you're trying to make this one ball into the pocket. So let's say I am on 2, which is 1 is here, number 2, right? So the problem becomes this: you made the ball, okay? It gets respotted. What does respotted mean? Well, it gets respotted right here. But now you're on number 3, okay? Now you're on number 3 with the one ball, right? So the only thing that's left is really to cut it. But if I played that previous shot a little bit better, like something like this, and an example where, let me just make this straight. Come on. I would play something like this. I didn't do it the right way. I was just too much focused to get it through the ring. But my point is, now I have a little bit of a better shot, you know, for the side pocket, right? Well, if I hit, I didn't even saw that the cue ball is there. I wasn't even watching. But that's what, it's really fun game. I truly love that one. It teaches you different kinds of things. 9-ball teaches you, you know, and 8-ball teaches you different kinds of things, right? So let's do 5 more balls here. Go through that. What do you guys love to play? Please tell me in the chat. Type something up. Let's have a powwow of who is the best pool player, professional pool player, obviously, because I don't know anyone else. In your mind, who is your professional pool player that is your favorite? Obviously, for everyone, I believe we're gonna say Efren Reyes, right? So I played Efren Reyes back in 2022, before he created the Reyes Cup. That was fun. I always mention that just because, you know, it was such an honor to play against him. It was also, you know, an educational experience how he plays when I watched him for like in person. It's different when you watch someone play on a TV or I don't know, in a video or whatever, versus in person. You can actually see everything differently in person. Look at me going. Without any hesitation, I make all of this, even if it's not straight. You see why the cue ball went this way? That's because the balls were not aligned. And that's all about that cue ball control I was guys telling you about. Now it went backwards. So, and now it's not even straight, so I have to put a little bit of a bottom left. And then you saw the ball went this way. So I made, how many balls did I make? Let's see. 6, 2, 4. Yeah, I made 6 balls. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Well, now that you saw that, right, I'm gonna take this one away, and we're gonna go with the medium. Okay, now we're down to the medium. This is getting harder and harder, right? So now, can I make all of these 6 balls without touching the precision ring? All right, let's try that. I see it's not aligned. All right, made one. Again, it's not aligned. No, this is not aligned at all. I meant the ring is not aligned with the pocket. Okay. 2. Oh, come on. 3. I'll try to do this as fast as I can. And this is the 4. All right, so what does that mean? Well, I have to repeat. And that's how I do it. That's how you practice every single thing in pool, in my opinion, right? By the way, good morning. Hi, Rick. Hi, appreciate your comment. And like I said, guys, please do hit the thumbs up. I don't know who's still here. I do see 60 of you still watching. Perfect. Let's try to make this real quick. 1, 2. Okay, I nicked it, but I didn't knock it off. 2. This is not right. I nicked it again. 3. It's just because it's not because of the distance or anything. It's just that I'm like sometimes I have this OCD where I'm thinking, is it going through a pocket? Okay, this is going through the pocket perfectly. Let's see. Nope, it didn't. Anyways, what are you guys up to today? You guys have any turkey? Are you gonna celebrate anything, or what are you guys up to today? Anything fun? I know my pool hall actually is working today from 2 to 10, basically one shift. I'm gonna go and play for at least 2-3 hours. So I'm practicing at home 2 hours, right? And then I'm gonna practice with my friends that usually we practice every single day. It's not that we don't have a life or anything, and that's all we do. That's not true. It's just that if you don't practice every single day, well, you know, there's people that that are the same rank, right? That are exactly the same rank in pool. Like I know a guy when I was in APA, when I became a 3. I mean, I started at 3. I was a 6 in matter of 1 season, I believe. There was a guy that was playing pool for 5 years. 5 years. And he was still a 5. And he was on my team, though. No, I'm not dissing on anything, by the way. That is just perfectly normal. It's just that, like, if you say I want to be better at something, obviously you want to what? You want to practice, right? It doesn't matter. Let's say you're a real estate agent. I don't know, or you're an engineer like myself. You have to keep up with technology. You have to keep up with everything, right? So you can't be stuck in something from 1980s, but working with something from 2025, right? So same with the pool, exactly the same. By the way, thank you guys for coming in. It's the same thing with pool. You know, the more you practice, the more you build up your knowledge and everything, right? So yeah, the guy was basically APA 5. I think that's what would that be in Fargo? Like a 400 something. Yeah, 400. UPA also the same, right? For 20 years. And you know what? The difference between me and that person is the will to play every single day. They play once a week, only on a team, and they are a 5, which is what I needed on my team. So that's perfectly normal. Some other people have different hobbies, obviously. Me personally, I love playing pool. It started to being a hobby, and then, you know, well, I wouldn't say it's a hobby anymore. I love my people, my pool community people, you know. Let me try to make this trick shot. I don't think it's gonna work, but I'll try it anyways. gonna try to, this is extremely hard, but I'm going to try to go through these two balls, okay? And through this thing. How do we do that? Well, it's pretty much simple. Hard top. Nope. Nope, I didn't do it. Probably. Good skill, bro. Thank you, appreciate it. I'm okay, you know. Like, I don't advertise, you know, what my Fargo rating is, or I mean, yes, I did say, okay, I played Efren Reyes, or I played Takachi, basically Frederick Gore's girlfriend or wife, I don't know what it was at that time. Played also Kelly Fisher. The thing is that it's not about who you're playing or anything, as long as you have fun, though. I don't know. I love having fun. And the thing is, there's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of better players than anyone else, right? Including myself. All right, now I know that this shot is not straight. I have to do like something like this. See where the cue ball went? That was the top left, just because the shot wasn't straight. I could have done that the same thing with the bottom. Let's say, see, it's not straight. So I could have done the same thing. So you see it's not straight anymore. I could have done that with the bottom left. Well, I made the pocket, but you saw where the cue ball went here, and it's not there anymore. What are you guys up to? Tell me, what's your, like, what problems do you, let me solve your problem. I'm trying to solve the problem with my little gadget here, you know, for thousands and hopefully thousands and thousands of people. It's not a whole lot. Like, you know, you get 3 of these, right, for $7. So, and like I said, I'm not making, like, I literally, you know what, my trip to the post office and all of that, and the postage and all of that. You know, when do I make money? I'll be honest, actually. The only time I make $5 is when I sell 2 of these. I mean, 2 of these sets of 3. So these are different sizes, right? That's the only time, because you know why? I pay 1 shipping, right? 1 shipping is $7 something. But if this is $7.99, then you know what time it is, right? Like, I'm not making a whole lot. My point again is, I want to see this. I know my friends, like, you know, my friends and the 2 of the professionals that actually have this now, they all have it. They bring it to the, you know, it's easier when you are going to practice. You know, when you're practicing, it makes it much better for visual thing. Because if you're practicing like this, you know, I can make this pocket anytime I want. Like, literally anytime I want. I could make, I don't know, 100 balls, maybe 200. I don't know. I can definitely do that. That's not going to be a problem for me. Like, that's not ever going to be a problem for me. But once you have that, yeah, it's not that easy. So, like, for example, okay, this is a cue ball control. Okay, you saw how I did the 2 balls? Well, one of them I pushed backwards, the other one pushed forward, right? So, but that's not my today's practice. My today's practice is to get my, I'll show you guys. I mean, I do have a tattoo, but it's to get my grip and all, like this, basically my joint and all of that, get it like really nice and ready, right? So when I go back to play in tournament, it's all warmed up and all of that. And I know, you know, let's say SVV, Shaman Boeing, right? What does he do? He will do this particular for 8 hours, like literally 8 hours. And then the next day, he would practice and you know Shan Van Boeing is the best one. I mean, in my opinion, is one of the best breakers. Like he breaks, uh, like he breaks really really good in in any, and whether it's 8 ball, 9 ball, 10 ball. Like when that dude breaks, like it's amazing. But you know why he breaks like that? It's because he practiced breaking almost every single day for 8 hours. And I know, like, some people say, well, that's a lot. I mean, that's his job. Like, when you go to your job, I don't know, doing construction, a realtor, I don't know, even if you are at the beauty salon or anything, it's a job, right? That we all have. Um, or investor, it doesn't matter. So that's his thing, right? I mean, my breaks are decent. I'm not gonna lie, decent. I'm okay, But I want to perfect it, like he does. I do. Um, he practiced the break. Yeah, no, he does. 8 hours. Like I, I know he does. I know he does. Even before the game, like for before any tournament that he shows up, like there was one. Went to in Iowa. He would be come to the place 2 days ahead. Okay, maybe not on the same pool table, but 2 days ahead, right? And he would just be doing drills, like not playing against other people. That's not it. I don't know how many balls I already made into that pocket, but anyways, that's not. Um, he would be doing drills all day long, like literally all day long, and then maybe play with some of the fans and stuff like that, right? um, but for me, this particular is like you can incorporate that into any of these like drills. Like I don't know, example. Let's say you have a cutting drill, um, right? You have a cutting drill. Well, first of all, you have to assign this like that. You have a cutting drill or your this is like me making this into this pocket. Look at the size of that. Okay, my pockets are a little bit too big. Don't mind, please. But this is a snooker size table pocket. Okay, snooker size table pocket, this big one. Okay, with the pool table balls. Okay, so this would be a drill. Okay, I made a pocket obviously, but look, without knowing this. And why do you want this precision? Why do you want this precision? Well, um, because when you make a pocket, well, just because precision in pool is almost everything. I think, in my opinion, I don't know. I mean, not everything. Cue ball control comes second, but precision. You saw now. I concentrated a little bit. I didn't even touch the ring. So now let's say I could make these drills. I could make these. Uh, does this even go through like that? Let me see. It has to be aligned a little bit straight. Um, so those drills become much fun, right? So let me see what you say. Those aiming rings are better than the pocket reduce. Yes, and I do have them. Like, don't get me wrong. They're right here. I'm not using it. Like, I have it. I do have a pocket reducers. What is a pocket reducers for those that don't know what those are? So basically, because my pockets are a little bit bigger, I'm going to. So, backstory real quick. This is Simonis table. I mean Simonis cloth, right? It's one of the best cloths in the world. Okay, it's expensive and everything. I could not wait 1 week for my guy to come and reduce these pockets. I just couldn't. I didn't care because I don't play as much on this table. But almost two balls go in the pocket at the same time, right? So what did I do? Well, this needs to be like that. What did I do? I got myself pocket reducers, okay? And let me see, what side does it go where? Okay, so I did it this way, okay? Basically now, there's no more two balls going in, one ball, okay, and not even two full fingers, one finger, okay? That's what the pocket reducer, so if you do have a pool table at home, and you don't want to practice like I do, or you want to make it challenging for yourself, these pocket reducers are great to some extent. They're not great for playing pool, they're great for practicing, okay? Why am I saying that? Well, why am I saying that? Well, for one reason, because of this. It's not natural. It just doesn't. When you hit the, let's say when I'm hitting that part right there, okay, the way it's sped, it's not natural. Okay. Another thing that it's not natural is basically this. Okay, this. Now let me remove the reducer. Okay, I'm gonna remove the reducer and do exactly the same shot. Okay, like exactly the same. I am precise like that. Okay, uh, exactly the same. You see the ball went in? Okay, that's because sometimes when you're playing pool, now imagine obviously not with the cue ball, but let's say I'm playing this, right? I'm playing this, and I want the cue ball to, I don't know, this is a straight shot, right? But I want the cue ball to go this way, or actually this way. I want to hit the three ball into the edge and go in. Okay. Okay. Now you see why pocket reducers are not the greatest when you're playing the game. It's good again for anything else, but when you play the game, it's not natural. That's the only downside of pocket reducers. So, because the edge of the pocket, when you are let me give you some tip for people that maybe just started playing pool. Okay, um, so where do I aim onto this pocket? Okay, uh, yeah, thank you, appreciate it. So where do I aim when I play this? Okay, there's two things to it. Okay, there's inside and outside pocket. Okay, so for example, I can play this shot two different ways. One way, which is a little bit harder, and one way is that it's easier, but it's easier to overcut. Okay, that's why I want the ball to go straight. However, it depends on the cue ball. Okay, um, I could play into this edge of the pocket, right, and then the ball is gonna go this way. Okay, or I could overcut it, right, and hit it into this one. So when you play pool, it all depends where you want the cue ball to be. That's number one for the next shot. If you're not there yet, don't even don't even attempt that. Number two is, let's say, like I said, the first one is I'm going to undercut it. Okay, undercut it, and it went in. Just like I said, it hit here, and then inside. And look where the cue ball is. Okay. Now I'm going to what? Overcut it, which is, I mean, not overcut it, cut it more. That will go this way, not even touch the rail. Okay, and the cue ball went that way. So, hi everyone. So those are the little things that, like, those are extreme small things that, people do talk about it on YouTube channel, pros, not pros, doesn't matter. But someone that just started playing pool or wants to get better, how do you even search for that? You know, um, I don't know, you guys don't see it. You see over there, that spot right there? That spot? This very spot is something for me when I do three rail shot, okay? that spot, I actually posted a video. You can actually see it. That spot is my 3 rail place for when I do 3 rails, and then I want to pocket the ball on the corner, right? That so in a pool hall, what would that be in a pool hall? Well, in a pool hall, it would be a chair, a mark on the wall. It could be literally anything. And it doesn't matter where the cue ball is. Let's say I'm going to do here, and okay, the side is over there. Okay, I'm going to do it this way, and the ball started going towards the third, right? I can't show you right now, but that's what I'm trying to say. If you are interested in it, I just explained what is 3 rail shot, and also uh, what is a mirror method 3 rail, and then spot on the wall. I actually did not know about the terminology spot on the wall for years, up until 2 years ago. I'm not joking. It doesn't matter. Um, I did not know about it till a guy at the pool hall. He's like, "Hey, you play really good, like pool. Like, are you in the league or blah blah blah?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he was just like, normal. Um, and he's like, "Well, let me show you something." I'm like, "Let me show you something. Let me show you something." Okay. And he's like, "Do you know what the spot on the wall is?" I'm like, "No, dude. Like, what does that mean?" Because I mean, I knew about it, but I didn't know what spot on the wall is, right? And he's like, "Well, let me show you, all right? So from that second diamond over there, okay, well, here, from that second diamond, I have to show you this way. For those that are really, really interested, okay? So what is a spot on a wall for 3 rail? 3 rail is basically making that pocket right there. Okay. From this pocket into that second diamond, okay, that you see how that lines up, okay, from here to there. Okay, that's your spot on the wall for 1, 2, 3, and then come back. Hopefully now you know a lot, something that I did not know for years. Because those are little pool table terminologies that you just don't I don't know, look up. Yeah, sure. Everyone talks about bottom, top, left, right English, cheating the pocket or anything like that, right? um, but nobody talks spot on the wall. So now you know it too. It's really good. Me personally, like I said, I sometimes use it. I only use it when I know that the rails are really good, and that I'm playing actually on the 8 foot table. It's much easier. On a 9 foot table, when I know, let's say at my pool hall that I play out of, or four, I know that the diamond system works, however, works by 1 inch off. Do you sell those? Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, you can click on my profile and you will see them on my it's on my store, on my YouTube channel. I don't know. Some like you'll see it everywhere on the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. They're $7.99 with the I don't know, a little bit of a shipping fee. And I sold, I don't know, a few of them just in a couple of days. I already sent them out. I sent them the same day. I don't, because everyone wants the different color. I can print in whatever color you want, like literally. I put up 7 for now because that's the filament I have. But um, they come in different. You get set of 3, and they come in different sizes. uh, Large, medium, and small. So you get all 3 of them. So once you get through the medium one, like I do here, you go to the small one, and then yeah, you can get them on my store. Um, so what else do you guys want to know before I'm gonna leave in about a few minutes here, and I need to go eat something, and then I'm gonna, I don't even know what time it is. It's only okay. Never mind. um, I'm going to eat something, you know, maybe finish some orders and maybe make a video or two for you guys that I do every single day. I post every single day. Obviously, today, because of the holiday and everything, I'm taking a day off just because I know everyone else is. So, um, what I wanted to say, and then I'm gonna go practice pool for another, I don't know, 2 to 4 hours, hopefully. Um, but yeah, these gadgets, they're $7.99. I don't think I overpriced anything. Um, they are PET-G, which is, oops, they're PET-G, which means that it doesn't matter where you live, California, Florida, Antarctica, it doesn't matter. They sustain tremendous heat, and they don't bend. Like, they don't bend, okay? They just don't bend, okay? They're really uh, hard plastic, right? It's not, I didn't go cheap, and I never will. I'm not here to, you know, I don't know. I want you guys to become a better player than anyone else. Become a better player for anything, right? If you're already into the pool, do that. I know myself too. I was struggling for a year or so. Uh, you know, back in 2001, I played pool, and I was extremely young, had no idea. But the thing is, like, I was struggling because there was no necessarily, I mean, there was some videos, but, not in 4K or even 1080p. Um, Finding things was extremely hard. Like, I'm not joking, Um, where now, you know, there's thousands of people talking about. And do you know what? Even if I say something, me personally, do test it yourself, okay? Just because I say something like, let's say in this case, right? Just because I say I do top left, and then the cue ball went this way, right? Just because that doesn't mean that it might work for you too or anyone else. That's something like, you have to find yourself, but you know that with the right cue ball control, you should go that way, right? So be skeptical sometimes about videos, about even the spot on the wall. I mean, I explained to you about spot on the wall, but sometimes, let's say you go to, let's say, by the way, there's a spot. Let's say we're talking about spot on the wall, right? Um, Now you go to your pool hall, right? And you look at that, the reference line. You can see the video. I just posted it like a day or two ago. It's a video. You can look at how it works. It's really, really good. Um, you go to your pool hall or playing pool, and then, there's your second diamond from the pocket, blah, blah, blah. To make it long story short, it doesn't work, right? Well, because it could be that pool table in itself, the cushion could be dead. Okay. What does that mean? That's why when you play, I don't know if any of you guys are playing in a tournaments, right? Of any kind. It doesn't matter what league you're playing for. Let's say you go into tournament or matches, right? You're playing against someone. Every single time you go, I urge this. I usually come to the place if I can, either a day before or I already know, or I go at least 2 hours before, okay, before it even starts. Why? Because I want to practice this, right? Are the cushions dead? Okay, that's what I want to learn. Are the cushions dead? How does it respond to the spot on the wall? Where are my spots? Because sometimes, let's say if I'm pushing, let's say if I am, what I wanted. Oops. If I, if the if the cushion is dead, this is what you would expect, okay? Basically, this is what you would expect. Like the ball going in at this angle dies. Like it literally is not good. So, And then some cushions are really, really touchy where they're gonna be like this, right? That's why you need to go when if you're serious about playing pool and you know you're doing the right way, everything. Test your cushions, okay? Test see how everything responds. See, this is what I mean. There could be also, I know there was, I got really mad that night. I got really, really mad. Um, there was a place in, I test everything. I come, I prepare everything, right? And there was a place around, and I didn't hit it many times. I maybe hit it two, three times that night. Um, there was a place on the table, like around right this place right here, like right here. Okay. I would play this, cutting the ball, but the cue ball did not go like it did in this case that way. It just it just stayed right there. But I had a cut. And I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, what's going on? Well, after the game, because I couldn't really like, I was pretty much done. There was a piece here that was literally missing, like a little piece of rubber. This is a rubber, by the way. There was a little piece missing. So every time I hit that ball, like, it just like, you know, stayed there. It didn't make any sense. And sometimes you will notice, like, I don't have anything right now to show you. Maybe this will help. You can't probably even see it. Can you? Wait, it's right here. So there's a little speck right on it. So the cue ball, when it goes, see, it goes that way. Just sometimes these little things can throw off. That's where, for people that have that super precision and then they do something like, I don't know, like I said, you're hitting that spot and then the cue ball doesn't work the way you want. Well, could be just the table, right? Um, so, anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave. Thank you all for the 29 likes or thumbs ups and thousands of you watching. Like literally thousands went through. I appreciate it. Um, like I said, the three gadgets, or I'm calling them precision rings. They come in different colors. There's purple, red, white, whatever, green. Three different sizes you're gonna get. And usually, unless let's say it's like today, it's a holiday, the post office doesn't work. Usually I ship it exactly the same day. um, like so far I sent it every single one of them the very same day. That means that if you live in US, you get it in 3 days. um, and if you live in like Canada or whatever, you get it in uh, 7 days, something like that. So thank you all for watching. Appreciate you. You have a wonderful day. And if I don't see you next